Welcome to Tibet This Week, where we bring you weekly news edition on His Holiness the Dalai Lama, Tibet, and the Central Tibetan Administration. These are the headlines. His Holiness the Dalai Lama and Central Tibetan Administration's leadership congratulates Japan's Prime Minister-elect. His Holiness the Dalai Lama meets Mind and Life organizers and participants. Speaker Khenpo Sonam addresses the Convocation ceremony of Sera Monastic Institute. Sikyong Tsering engages with German legislator and Tibet supporters in Mexico and Berlin. Deputy Speaker Dolma Teykhang meets Japanese Member of Parliament. European Parliament calls for unconditional release of Panchen Lama. Tibetans celebrate the 18th anniversary of the US Congressional Gold Medal Award upon His Holiness the Dalai Lama. Weekly Lookout, Year of Compassion. His Holiness the Dalai Lama has written to Sanai Takaichi to congratulate her on being elected the Prime Minister of Japan and on being the first ever women Prime Minister of Japan. In the letter, His Holiness applauded Japan in championing nuclear disarmament and their contribution to global peace. Drawing example from his mother as a compassionate woman, His Holiness expressed firm belief in her to lead with compassion and that more women in leadership would create the world a more understanding and peaceful place. Speaker Khenpo Sonam of the Tibetan Parliament in Exile and Sikyong Tsering of the Central Tibetan Administration also extended their congratulations to the Prime Minister with gratitude for Japan's long-standing support for Tibetan cause. His Holiness the Dalai Lama granted audience to members and participants of the 39th Mind and Life Conference at his residence in Dharamsala. His Holiness during the meeting spoke on the growing global engagement in Buddhist philosophy due to its strong emphasis on logic and reasoning, and described himself a scientist in Buddhist robes.
His Holiness was saying that in the Buddhist tradition there's a lot of resources of epistemology and rational and reasonable critical thinking, so scientists can actually take a lot of advantage and benefit from this engagement.
Yeah.
그러니까 최근 근시에 라마제 자সম을 저래디 레디케이션에 세리 기지사셔야 되겠지.
So in his case, even though he's a religious leader wearing robes, but when he gives a talk, often he invokes science.
The 39th conference centered its discussion on mind, artificial intelligence and ethics, with around 120 scholars, scientists, experts, geshes and geshemas in attendance. Last week, Speaker Khenpo Sonam of the Tibetan Parliament in Exile attended the Convocation ceremony of the Sera Monastic Institute, honoring His Holiness the Dalai Lama's 90th birthday celebration. A significant highlight of the event was the graduation of the first batch of bachelor students from the Sera Monastic Institute. Speaker in his address at the gathering reflected on the tireless efforts of His Holiness the Dalai Lama in the preservation of Tibetan Buddhism in exile and expressed gratitude to the Government of India and the state of Karnataka for their crucial role in rebuilding monastic institutions in exile in India. Also in attendance as distinguished guests were Dr. M.C. Sudhakar, Honorable Minister for Higher Education, Government of Karnataka, Sharpat Cheje Rinpoche Chizuyungawang Jordan, Geshe Teshit Sedar, Abbot of Sera Monastic Institute, Professor Loknath N.K., Honorable Vice Chancellor of the University of Mysore, and several parliamentarians of the Tibetan Parliament in exile. Sikyong Tsering of the Central Tibetan Administration, continuing his official engagement, met with parliamentarians and journalists in Mexico and Berlin. During these engagements, Sikyong underscored the role and the efforts of the Central Tibetan Administration and the Tibetan people in general to place Tibet's issue on global platforms amidst the changing geopolitical dynamics, the absence of all kinds of freedom for Tibetans in Tibet, and reaffirmed Central Tibetan Administration's commitment to fostering dialogue with China through middle way approach policy. Sikyong also highlighted His Holiness the Dalai Lama's 4 principal commitments and attributed the thriving condition of the Tibetan people in the diaspora to His Holiness's visionary leadership. In Berlin, Sikyong met with Chair of German Parliamentary Group for Tibet and Member of German Parliament, Michael Brandt, members of German Parliament, Carsten Müller and Susanna Heel, Kai Müller of the International Campaigns for Tibet, and members of Tibet support groups last Friday. Deputy Speaker Teykhang of the Tibetan Parliament in Exile received Sadayuki Komuri, Japanese Member of Parliament from Takatsuki, Osaka, who visited Tibetan Parliament in exile Monday this week. Deputy Speaker briefed MP Komri on the critical situation inside Tibet and expressed hope for deeper collaboration between the two communities in the future. MP Komri shared that His Holiness Dalai Lama had visited his school in Japan several times, and Tibet has always held a special place in his heart, which inspired his visit to Dharamsala. At the 42nd EU-China Inter-Parliamentary meeting last Wednesday, European Parliament put forward serious matters of human rights, the critical situation inside Tibet raised as a prominent one, to the representatives of People's Republic of China. Members of the European Parliament called on China for the unconditional release of the 11th Panchen Lama. Ahead of the inter-parliamentary meeting, the Office of Tibet Brussels and the International Campaign for Tibet actively reached out to the members of European Parliament, urging them to raise the human rights situation in Tibet, and on the day off, they staged a protest in the vicinity of the European Parliament demanding freedom in Tibet. The past week, Tibetans in the diaspora celebrated the 18th anniversary of the U.S. Congressional Gold Medal Award conferred upon His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama. On 18th October 2025, the Regional Tibetan Association of Massachusetts Amherst celebrated the event with the local Tibetan community, Friends of Tibet, and students from nearby universities. In Mungot, India, Chief Representative Office Bangalore, the Tibetan Settlement Office, and Debung Khomang Monastery jointly celebrated the event with prayer ceremony and traditional dance performances. The 105th Kanden Tripa, Jejun Lobsan Dojipe Sangpo, and several other dignitaries graced the event. His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama became the recipient of this prestigious honor on October 17, 2007, in a historic ceremony held in Rotunda of the U.S. Capitol in Washington, D.C. The award recognized His Holiness's lifelong commitment to peace, non-violence, human rights, and universal compassion.
It is a great honor for me to receive the Congressional Gold Medal. This recognition will bring tremendous joy and encouragement to the Tibetan people, for whom I have a special responsibility. Their welfare is my constant motivation, and I always consider myself as their free spokesman. I believe that this award also sends a powerful message to those many individuals who are dedicated to promoting peace, understanding, and harmony.
Over the years, Congress has conferred the gold medal on many great figures in history, usually at a time when their struggles were over and won. Today, Congress has chosen to do something different. It has conferred this honor on a figure whose work continues and whose outcome remains uncertain. And that is why I will continue to urge the leaders of China to welcome the Dalai Lama to China. They will find this good man to be a man of peace and reconciliation.
As part of the ongoing Kodun Year of Compassion celebration, the Tibetan Settlement Office of Dehradun, in collaboration with Tibetan Market Welfare Association of Dehradun, distributed charitable clothes to students at Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose Hostel for Underprivileged Children. The Sonam Tibetan settlement in Ladakh also celebrated the event by honoring the hospital staffs of Sonam Norbu Memorial Hospital for their dedicated service to the people of Ladakh. The Manang Tibetan Settlement Office in Nepal organized a 2-day Kodun Tibetan Medicinal Health Camp this month by providing free medical checkups. Kumpening Tibetan Settlement Office and the Puria Social Welfare Foundation jointly organized a grand exhibition featuring rare archival photographs portraying the life, legacy, and the principal commitments of His Holiness the 14th Dalai Lama, alongside a special Tibetan calligraphy section. That is all for this week's edition of Tibet This Week. See you in the next one.